Hello, travelers, and welcome to Thursday Travel. In September of 2022, we stayed at the beautiful Valentin Imperial Riviera Maya. So in this video, I'm going to try and give you a full review of the property and the experiences, giving some of my favorite things and a few dislikes. Arrival was very simple. As with most resorts in the Riviera Maya, there was a secured gate entry, and then about a mile drive back through the trees and lush landscaping. I know you hear that phrase a lot in reviews, the lush landscaping. But when you've seen resorts that do not have it, you understand. It's one of those things that you don't realize makes a big first impression until you don't have it. When we arrived, we were greeted with a champagne and a towel. We were walked to the front desk at check-in, and check-in was absolutely easy. The smell in the lobby was very nice. A lot of people talk about it, and you can buy it at the gift shop, but I didn't like it for my taste. It was a little bit musky. I enjoyed the scent that was in the private lounge a little bit more. The one thing that was neat about the Valentin at check-in is right above the front desk, it was made to look like a Spanish church. So don't forget to look up and check out that organ. There's some great features that were right there. The lobby's very spacious, plenty of room for seating. The one good thing about the Valentin is there's no timeshare sales, so you won't be asked to meet with somebody during breakfast for 2 hours, just to be stuck with a 4-hour sales pitch. One thing, when we checked in, our rooms were not ready, so we did sit at the bar, had a handful of drinks, and then our rooms were ready, and they gave us a drive in the golf cart, gave us a quick tour of the room and the amenities, and that was just fantastic. The property is great. It's an easy walk. I said before, lush landscaping and wildlife. Navigating your way around is fairly easy. They have great signage. You can get a golf cart to take you where you need to go. When we went, it was very hot, but we would usually walk in the mornings to and from the pools and the lunch, and then get a golf cart to dinner. We did wait kind of a long time once, but that's kind of to be expected. We did notice that in our experience, if you were walking, they would not just stop and pick you up. The pools there were great. They have 3 total pools. The main pool is where their Go team has activities near the bridge area. There were 2 things that they did that I had not experienced at other resorts before. The one was mechanical bull riding, and it legit was a mechanical bull that everybody rode. And from what I saw, everybody that signed up got a chance. The other was the synchronized swimming. I have never seen that in person. So for me, I thought it was really neat how they kind of blended into the water. They just melted into the water like butter. Let's see, the main pool, it also has a couple of little jacuzzi areas and 2 swim up bars. At the swim up bars, ask for the drink of the day. There's always a drink of the day. And then also ask the bartender for what their specialty drink is. They have certain drinks, maybe concoctions that they've come up with. There's also the golden pool that some people call the lazy river pool. And we did not experience it as a lazy river, but it is just a nice long stretch that goes between buildings 6, 7, and 8. And there's smaller pools like inset into that. There's no activities at the Golden Pool, but it still does have pool service for drinks and snacks. The third pool, not many people go to. It's a super quiet pool that was pretty much empty each time we walked past it, but it had lots of shaded seating. So if you want a quiet place to read and relax, that's definitely the pool for you. Some of the rules was there is no eating or drinking in the pools. So if you want lunch, you have to be in the chair, order from the servers, and they bring it to you. At the main pool for pool food, I recommend the chicken burger. It had this amazing lemon cumin spice. And then at the Golden Pool, I recommend the shrimp burger. Those were 2 of my favorite things for lunch. The beach, Was not a big priority for us. They do have a long stretch of beach, and it was a haul to go from the Sunrise Bar path to the unreserved chairs and to try and be upwind from the seaweed smell. But if you're a beach person, I would recommend reserving a bally bed. They're closest to the bars and the restrooms. And to my recollection, I think they're about $50 a day to reserve when available. We did make it to most of the restaurants for dinner. We enjoyed them all. I don't think we had a favorite, but steaks in Mexico are much different than steaks in the U.S. So if you order a filet, don't expect a filet that you order in the U.S. It's not the same cut of beef, but it does still have a nice flavor. They also have specialty drinks at each restaurant, so just ask your server. One tip at the hibachi, it's really, really hot when you're in those rooms, so don't be afraid to open up that door and let some air in. There is no dinner buffet. They are all sit-down restaurants, so men do need a collared shirt, long pants, and closed-toed shoes. Don't overthink it. A polo shirt, hey dudes in khakis. You can change after dinner if it's really hot. Women I found were a little bit more lenient. I think just as long as you were not wearing beachwear or sweats, you would be fine. One of the top 3 things at this resort for me was the purse bench. First time ever having this. But they bring a little bench to your table to sit your purse on instead of having to sit it on the table. It's a simple thing, but I absolutely loved it. The room service menu offered quite a bit of different flavors for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can order alcohol, but they do have a limit. I'm not too sure what all the limits are, but I know the max is 6 beers. I did not have any of the lunch buffets, but I know each day has a specific theme. And if they're like majority of the buffets, they have, standard buffet items and then a station with the theme of the day. The breakfast buffet was great. It offered a lot for everyone. One thing we experienced here that we have not had at all resorts is that when going in for the breakfast buffet, they asked you for your room number and then they sat you. At a few other resorts, we would just walk into the breakfast buffet. The servers see you. They seem to flag you down, wave to you and say, hey, my friend, come over here. Here's your table. And it just kind of made it feel a little bit more personable, as opposed to being seated by a hostess. It's not bad. It was just something a little bit different. The coffee shop is also a nice place to relax and have breakfast. If you don't want a full breakfast, you can stop in, grab a hot or cold coffee, Danish breakfast sandwich, and you can relax inside or outside. And just a tip that if you order the cold coffees, they're a plastic cup with a lid and a straw, and you can reuse them. So if you forgot to bring your travel mug with you, you can reuse that cup, and it's about double the size of what they normally serve the drinks. We loved going to the different lobby bars, either before or after dinner drinks. The Martini Bar is located right outside the lobby. Most people think that Don Miguel's is the Martini Bar, but it's not. The Martini Bar is just snuggled right in the corner near the Privy Lounge. And it's got simple open air seating. Don Miguel's is where you can get the dry ice drinks and the cotton candy martini, along with some Mexican coffees. One thing that I did notice, and I didn't really understand, is some of the coffees, they have a little fire show. If you order a Mexican coffee or a Spanish coffee, but those drinks are not on their menu. So I didn't really understand that. The Plaza Bar was nice with plenty of seating. That's usually where they have music before the shows. There were 2 beach bars. We didn't spend a lot of time there because of the smell of the seaweed. The cigar bar was nice. When we were in there were not a lot of people there. It was just a nice, quiet bar. It's the only place in the Valentin that you can smoke inside. We enjoyed relaxing in there. They do have whiskey, rum, scotch, and tequilas that you can order for an additional charge. The guys ordered some kind of aged rum and cigars and were able to sit and smoke and drink and enjoy it. It was nice and quiet, but then it kind of started raining. About 20 people came piling in and they were all smoking as well. And the room kind of got a little too stuffy for us. So no fault to the Valentin, but if you go, I recommend that going during an off time when not a lot of people would be in there. I think it would be more enjoyable that way. A few things we noticed that was different than other resorts was how some of the drinks were made. Like the espresso martinis were not made with any espresso. They're kind of good, kind of bad. Not getting super jittery, I guess, the next day. Ordering drinks with bananas. They never used fresh bananas. We'd stayed at other resorts that were kind of considered party resorts. And when you would order a dirty monkey, they would put in like half a banana. But everyone has their preferences. I don't necessarily think one way's the better or from the other, but it's just different. Our room, we did have a swim out room at the Golden Pool. I did do a brief separate review on that room. It was nice to have the pool right outside your door. Technically, the pools close at 7 p.m., but we got in late after dinner and did not have any issues. Just kept the volume down and stayed in front of our patio as not to disturb the neighbors. Normally at hotels, the hotel provides shampoo, body wash, and I bring my own conditioner. I was not a fan of the smell of the shampoo and body wash. Again, it wasn't gross. It just wasn't a scent that I liked. There was plenty of towels. There was a mini bar with beers and sodas and chips. The room did have robes and slippers, so the slippers definitely came in handy when getting in and out of the rooms from the swim out with the wet floors. It was nice having the partition separating the two areas of the room, but for me, it blocked the view from the bed to the patio. We were in building 8 that had not been remodeled yet, so I'm not too sure if remodeling eliminates this obstruction or not. So that is all for now, travelers. If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe for plenty more travel videos. Thanks and happy traveling.